Can I goose you?
Here.
Can I goose you?
Yeah, go.
I goosed him.
You get me high. My heart just starts racing. That was shock me. But you look at a team like the Patriots.
Right.
Okay. Well, what if they're up there? What Raiders? I think the Raiders are a check for either one of them. Probably Jacksonville. Now that's probably one that Deion says no.
Either one.
Either one. Yeah.
Right.
Either one. And what about Carolina? I guarantee you that's a no on both. The Giants? What do you think? Big Apple, I get it. What if it's the Giants?
Well, if it's the Giants or the Raiders, and right now those teams have the top 2 picks in the draft. So it would be and I would think that Deion would have no problem with Shedeur and or Travis Hunter going to the Giants or Raiders.
I agree with the Raiders. I'm not sure about the Giants.
Really?
No.
New York?
I know. So I'm there with you on New York, but how bad did they look this offseason on the Hard Knocks? Not keeping Saquon.
They might have total new management by next week.
Right.
Next year.
Exactly. So what does that look like, though? So I'm not saying it's no to New York.
Excuse me, it is Jacksonville. I'm sorry. It is Jacksonville right now would have the top pick.
Okay.
That's where it would get interesting.
Yes. I'm not saying no to the Giants. I'm just saying there's a possibility that it could be a no depending on who they hire if they do fire Daboll.
Well, I will tell you this. I'm pretty confident in saying that if Jacksonville has the number 1 pick in the draft, they are going to be told in no uncertain terms by Deion Sanders, do not bother taking Shedeur or Travis Hunter. Neither one will play for you.
Now, they probably wouldn't take Shedeur, right? They just paid Trevor Lawrence. They just paid him this year.
Yeah.
So you probably would be, but I agree with you. I think either one of them is like, nope. And I think the same thing with Carolina. I just think it's a flat-out no with both of those teams. So it will be so interesting because that's what you're going to hear about all the way up to the draft. And you're going to hear Todd McShay, Mel Kiper, Daniel Jeremiah, all these. They're going to be talking a lot about this. When you have 2 players that could be, the first 2 picks in the draft, two of the top 5 picks, you control a lot. So will a team gamble? Will a team gamble and risk it and say, all right, if you're Jacksonville, we don't care. We're taking Travis Hunter. Would you gamble like that with that early of a pick?
Unless you believe that he can be a dynamic player both ways, I wouldn't.
No, would you gamble that he might sit out?
Oh.
They tell you no. Well, what do you do? These guys already have millions of dollars.
Yeah, but guess what? There were times where these guys coming out of college did not have millions of dollars, and they were still able to force their hand.
Only
Eli
a couple.
Manning,
Only a couple.
John Elway.
Only a couple, though.
Yeah, but it hasn't really been tested.
But John had baseball to fall back on, right? And Eli was Eli. So
I think ultimately, if you call Deion's bluff, let's say you're Jacksonville and you called Deion's bluff and you
foolishness
and you still took Travis Hunter, I don't think Travis Hunter's going to sit out a full season.
I do.
You do?
I do. Yep. I don't think
sit out a full season.
I do.
Do you believe?
A full season?
I do.
Of football before you've even played a down the NFL, you got to sit that year out.
Wow.
Not from the standpoint of the money. You're right. You're not going to go hungry, but you just think that you're going to sit out a year of being able to play in the NFL, NFL earning potential, on your way to free agency, all that. You're going to sit that out?
I believe so. I don't think they're playing around. I think they're real when they say that don't draft us, we're not playing for you. If that happens, we don't know what it's going to look like, but I do. I think they would sit out. And I think it's easier now than ever because you're already in endorsements, NIL. He's going to win the Heisman too. So you got it pretty good. And if you think in the end the situation that you're going to go to is going to hurt your career long term, then you look at the short term and say, okay, it's worth a year.
1 year's worth it. It is it Just Me Friday, giving you a chance to get those hot sports opinions off of your chest. Anything that you picked up on during the week, listening to, watching, read, whatever that you'd like to tell us about in the form of Is It Just Me? We want opinion, we want humor, we want snark. Give it to us on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. Like this one. Is it just me, or after last night, don't you wish we still had Tim Patrick? Great night for Timmy Pats. Felt really good for him. 2 touchdown catches. 2 touchdown catches for the now 12-1 Lions. First touchdown catches since 2021. We all know his story, but we heard a lot of that last night. Why isn't he here? Not from the standpoint so much, Stoke, that, why is he here instead of Devon Vele? I think everybody out there understands the Broncos got themselves something in Devon Vele. It seems like the crux of the matter is, why isn't Tim Patrick here, but little Jordan Humphrey is? Little Jordan.
Little Jordan is Sean's boo-boo, so we know that. That's his guy. I think it came down to trust. You couldn't trust that Tim Patrick could stay healthy. And then if he stays healthy, what does he look like week 15 compared to week 2? At a certain point in the NFL, you look at a guy and say, okay, we've given you enough opportunities. We appreciate everything that you did. But in our situation here in Denver, it's just best that we move on and go with some of the younger guys. Go with Lil Jordan, who Sean likes, and okay, who we feel can stay healthy for the whole year, and then let you go, and maybe you can hitch on and hook up with a better team, a team that fits what you bring to the table and what you offer a little bit better than where the Denver Broncos are. And I think that's what he did with the Lions. He's not asked to start. He's going to be the third wide, fourth wide. He's going to come in and make some plays. He's tough. He's going to do all the little things. And it's a perfect fit. Got a lot of great playmakers around him. So he'll do well there. I thought he was going to do well there if he can just stay healthy, and he has. So it's been good for Tim. It's been fine for us.
If I could lean on your expertise as a receiver, is there anything stylistically, I guess, in terms of similarities between Patrick and, let's say, Vele, but differences between Patrick and Humphrey that would make you want little Jordan over Tim Patrick? Because just on face value, just on the surface, it would be, well, wait a minute. Is there really that much difference between Tim Patrick and little Jordan Humphrey? They're both big receivers. Tim Patrick has always been a willing blocker.
Yeah.
So it would seem like in many cases they're similar.
But like I said, I think it came down to trust. Can you trust that Tim Patrick's going to be healthy? He missed 2 years in a row. He didn't make it out of training camp either year. He's in his, 30, 31, 32? I mean, now can we trust that he stays healthy, or do we just say, hey, you know what? I mean, it's kind of, I don't want to be mean, but this is the way they look at it is like, okay, well, is Tim Patrick going to take our offense from 15th to 12th? No. What is Tim Patrick going to have for a season? 400 or 500 yards at the most? Okay. But we just can't trust that he's going to stay healthy, and he's going to take playing time really away from some of these younger guys. So I think it was just one of those things that you look at and you say, okay, it's just best for both parties to kind of turn the page and move on.
I'm curious to get your answer to this question. If you could turn back the clock and have one of these guys back for this entire season, Tim Patrick or Jerry Jeudy?
Well, it comes with, if you have Jeudy, it comes with that contract.
Yes.
The 3-year,
41 million guaranteed, yeah.
Yeah. Tim Patrick, because it's just a 1-year deal. And
tie with a nope.
On both.
Wow.
It's just a 1-year deal, and Tim will play whatever role. He's not going to cause any kind of issue in the locker room. He's not going to be on social media. It's not all the extra stuff. So definitely for me, it would be Tim Patrick.
On This Isn't Just Me.
How about you?
Friday, I'd have Jeudy back.
Jerry mother Jeudy.
I know that hurts you
wow.
after everything I've heard this week.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, the one, I never liked his immaturity. I still don't like his immaturity, but it's a talent. Ultimately, what matters
Mike,
the most in this league is talent.
That's what happened, though, Mike.
And the dude's got talent.
But we said that for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And what did it look like? It wasn't good. It was frustrating.
Wait a minute, though. But help me out at this. Try to separate the immaturity just from the player. How is it that we can spend the 4 years that Jerry Jeudy was here, most of those years and days and months complaining about the coaching, the quarterbacking, and the offensive coordinator. Remember, we were actually practicing throwing incompletions.
Got to practice those.
Have all those complaints, and that's not going to affect the receivers
I mean,
out there playing? We complain, and what? That doesn't impact the receivers in some way?
You want me to give you the shovel so you can keep digging yourself a bigger hole?
Please, give me the shovel.
Keep going
No,
with the Jerry Jeudy love.
I'm
Come
done.
on, I'm just waiting for you to keep going.
I'm done.
Because I don't care who the coach is, who the quarterback is. I don't care what play is called. When they throw the ball and it hits you right in these stinking hands, catch the stinking ball, Mike. That's why. I'll take the shovel back.
Okay.
Just waiting for you to finish.
Is it just me, or you guys are ridiculous? Shedeur Sanders looks good because he's throwing to a Heisman quality receiver against average competition, not because he's a quality QB.